945. Does anybody want to talk on this case, or are you guys both sure you're right?
I'd like to speak with you, Your Honor.
No. I'm asking, you two want to try to resolve this, or you
No,
both?
he's had time to resolve this meeting.
Your name?
My name's Gary Collins. Your Honor, is it okay if I have my cell phone up here, just manually adjust the hearing noise?
Sure. And your name, sir?
Derek Gauchi, representing Falcon Film Studios LLC.
Okay. Are you the principal of Falcon Film?
Yes.
All right. So you're familiar with the facts and circumstances here, right?
Yes.
If you proceed in the small claims division, you're giving up the right to hire a lawyer, demand a trial by jury, seek in excess of $7,000, and to the extent that you might be entitled to it, I'm sorry, giving up your right to a lawyer, right to demand a trial by jury, and your right to appeal my decision. You can't do any of those things if you stay here. If you want to be able to hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if it's lousy, demand a trial by jury, or any one of those things, just tell me. I'll remove the case to the general civil division. You can hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if you don't like it, and demand a trial by jury. You understand everything I just said, ma'am? Sir?
Yes, Your
Do you
Honor.
wish to waive those rights and proceed here, or have the case removed? Ma'am? Sir?
I'll waive those rights as well.
All right. On behalf of Falcon Films, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And on behalf of yourself, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm. You solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, self you got, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am. Okay. Tell me what happened. You're the plaintiff, right?
Yes. I reached out to Falcon Film Studios to hire photography and videography for my vow renewal.
For what?
Photography and videography for my vow renewal.
Okay. Do you have a contract?
Yes, I do.
Let me see the contract. So you're renewing vows with your husband?
Yes.
And when did the vow renewal take place?
It's in August of 24
Where?
at Arnaldo's and Riverview,
How many years?
16.
Wow, you guys are sentimental people, eh? That's nice. I'm just saying, that's good. Okay, so you hired.
Okay.
How'd you pay? How much you pay him?
5,225, I believe it was.
I want you to make sure.
$5,225.
Okay? Do you agree with that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. And so there was supposed to be unlimited video coverage that was going to cost $2,600, right? And there was supposed to be 2 photographers, one unlimited hours and locations, right? Photos to be delivered in a week or less after the wedding. You can actually take some of these, the video by drone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow. Everything's high tech now. All right. So what happened?
So after communication with Mr. Gauchi, he assigned a photographer. The photographer contacted me the Monday prior to our vow renewal. I explained to him things that I had wanted. There was only one particular picture that I wanted. I wanted the general wedding package. I want pictures of my husband. I want pictures of myself, all of my guests, all of our wedding party. We were celebrating 16 years. This was a really big thing for us. I told him all of this. There wasn't anything that was overly complicated that I was requesting. I felt that I wanted just the regular bridal package, with the exception of the one photo in particular. He seemed like he had an understanding of that. The day of, he arrived at my house. We had a crew going to our friend's house where the men were getting ready, and then so it was photographer, videographer there, and then we had photographer and videographer at my house.
Okay.
The photographer arrived, the videographer arrived a little bit later. Within 10 minutes, the photographer was argumentative with me about where my pictures were going to be taken prior to Arnaldo's. He wanted to change the location. I said no. It turned into about 3 to 5 minute argument.
Change the location from what to what?
We wanted the pictures, the before pictures taken over at the reserve, the wildlife reserve.
Okay.
Trent, I believe it is, so right off the water, and he wanted to change it to Huron Park. I am not a fan of Huron Park. It's not appropriate for a wedding. They do a lot of like homecoming and prom pictures there. There's geese, there's ducks, it's not great. I wasn't walking through all of that.
Okay.
And it's not where I wanted to be. He kept arguing, saying that he knew what he was doing and to trust the process, everything through the day.
And you said you wanted to have them done at the Wildlife Preserve.
Yeah, it was over in Trenton on the water.
Yeah, yeah,
They've just redone it. It was a really nice pier.
I got it. So you guys had a little argument.
Yes, so.
And then where did you end up having the pictures taken?
I'm sorry.
Where were the pictures taken?
They ended up being done at the Wildlife Reserve.
Okay, okay, so you had a discussion, argument with this photographer
Yes.
for 3 to 5 minutes. Then what happened?
Then one of my bridesmaids steps in and they discussed several types of several types of pictures that they were like, you know, let's try this at the house, getting pictures, basically getting dirty pictures, which was fine because it didn't seem like there was any issue after that. We did a first look with my son out on my patio, which turned out, you know, it was really nice. This reserve isn't that far from my house, maybe 10-15 minute drive in the same sunlight, in the same atmosphere. When we got over there, we sent him over there ahead of us because we were still getting ready and I wanted pictures done of all the guys at the pier, you know, take some nice pictures of them. For 43 minutes, they were over there and he stood there talking to my husband and our friend Mike, one of the groomsmen, about fishing because they were talking about fishing holes. I do have my husband here. He's not named in this because the contract was between myself and Falcon Film. But he can vouch for all phone calls and interactions as far as that with the photographer. We got there.
But so far, as of this point, there's no issue with bad photography or videography at this point, right?
There were several instances at the house. I wasn't sure if I'm supposed to bring those up now. I'm sorry, I've never been involved in this one.
You're fine.
I wanted a picture of my dress. He argued about the sunlight coming through the window. I said, in my opinion, it wasn't a problem because it was I wanted a black and white photo. I didn't care about the yellow tone of the dress. And then he finally agreed. We put it up above the window and then I never got the black and white photo. I got another yellow tinted picture. He took pictures. There was one picture in particular. There is a handkerchief and it says, I'm sorry.
Let me stop you. This is primarily your problem with them isn't over arguments, it's over the quality of the photography, right?
Yes,
And the videography, right?
yes, with the events that happened with Mr. Gauchi after everything was delivered.
Okay, so tell me what the problems were. Let's start with photographs. What were the problems?
I submitted pictures. I did like 18 screenshots of the album that is listed online for Falcon Film Studios and I sent them in. And now these were all random screenshots with the exception of one particular screenshot of my veil. There's pictures, the heads were cut off these pictures. Do you have all those pictures with you, Your Honor?
I have the pictures.
Your Honor, unfortunately, the only way that we can print them is black and white.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I can share my screen if you wanted me to put them on your computer in color. But
I want you to tell me, you weren't saying all these photos are bad, right?
Yes.
All of
As a
them?
whole, this album is not acceptable to me. Do you want these pictures?
I'll look at anything you want.
I submitted these pictures when I filed this. I sent a copy to Mr. Gauchi and I submitted it to the court. These are 18 random screenshots of the album. Heads are cut off. And in the one particular picture that I searched out, the photographer's hand is under my veil in every single picture and I can't edit that out.
Hang on, wait, slow down. I want to look, wait. I want to know which pictures you're talking about. So I'm looking at
Can I
some,
submit these? Or do you want me to go page by page? Right?
I'll let you go page by page. I have the black and white. This is you primarily here.
Okay, I don't think I said I can hold them up or.
Well, you've got, this is the page you're looking at, right?
Yeah, everything I submitted to the court was in color. I printed them on photo paper as well, so I'm not sure what happened to those. But the first page is a picture of primarily of the groomsmen. Their heads are all cut off. There's a picture.
Wait a minute, where's that one at?
It's the first one in my stack. I'm not sure where it's at in your stack. I don't know what happened as far as from what I gave them.
Do you see the one that I have?
That one, let me find that one real quick. Okay, so that one would be this picture here. It's very dark.
Wait a minute, you gotta point to it. Which one?
So these pictures are very dark. They're all pictures of my back. And in this picture, it's the second one up from the bottom on the left. The videographer is standing there on his cell phone.
Let me see those. What do you think about the quality of these, Mr. Gauchi?
I think that they're actually pretty good. I think that they captured the day really well, but you know, her opinion is what matters most. In my industry, we really do have to, you know, satisfy our clients. It's the biggest day.
Can anybody tell me why, was this intentional that they're taking pictures of this gentleman's shoes with the orange socks?
Oh yeah, we thought those socks were really just awesome. We got a lot of groomsmen and they'll wear custom socks, and if we don't capture those, you know, that'll be an issue too. And the photographer, whose name is Nick, might be able to explain it better, but just looking at it as a photographer myself, that's what I would see.
So she's saying she dropped off color photos, Jen.
Judge, I've got Linda bringing down the originals. When we scan it in, it scans in color, but then when I reprint them, so Linda's on her way down with the original packet.
Okay. Trying to figure out a way that I can have you point to these.
Judge, if I try sharing my screen, it would.
Yes, why don't you go back to the podium, please?
This album was not adjusted prior to me filing a small claims court. This album was exactly the way it was the day I filed. Nothing had been edited, nothing had been changed, nothing had been removed. Multiple conversations with Mr. Galchi regarding my dislike for this album and my unsatisfaction and my distress over this album, having looked at this over and over again to decide what pictures I want. He's talking about raw photos. He sent us a new contract after the fact, which in the original contract, it does not state anything about paying extra or signing a new contract for all of my photos. In that contract, it says I get all of my photos and videography. It doesn't say anything about raw images and raw video. He sent over a new contract, which was never signed. I had consulted a lawyer and they told me not to sign it because that protects them. It would be ending, moving forward with any kind of solutions that were not going to be satisfactory for me.
So as far as you were concerned from the original contract, you were entitled to every one of these photos?
Yes, that's how I understood the contract, Your Honor. And again, raw photos and video were never mentioned in there, and that wasn't brought up until after he saw this album. Moving on from there, there's multiple conversations, emails that I printed out where sometimes I would get correspondence back, sometimes I would just be ignored. In our last conversation in December, where I again requested an ET on the video, and I knew the video was going to take longer because videos take longer. I completely understand that. I wanted an ETA and what to expect that. I was getting 3 videos, and I was not happy with any of the 3 videos. They put religious music on, and I specifically requested no religious music be used, number 1. Number 2, the ceremony was chopped up in pieces. It's not a flowing ceremony, which I wanted. That was very important to me. Sorry. We had spoke to him. I sent him an email asking for an ETA of the video, and I said that if I did not hear back, I was going to pursue legal action. And within 24 hours, I got the videos. And I was not happy with them, so we set up a meeting that my husband was also on the call with. We did all of our.
Should I see the videos?
I did not download them because he was supposed to re-edit them and add. The first look wasn't even in the one video, and he said that he would add his assistant named Jasmine, who I never heard from. Then he was supposed to re-edit the videos. There was no point in me downloading videos that I was not going to keep because they needed to be edited, and I wanted the music changed. I'm not a religious person. That was very offensive to me. So he was very aware of that.
So you feel like you're entitled to a 100% refund?
I do at this point because I have no access to videos. He has deleted them from his website. Again, this album was not changed prior to me filing this.
Did you delete the videos?
No, Your Honor, we have an expiration date set. We let the clients know right away to please download everything. It's in the email explicitly explaining that they're not going to be up there forever. You know, hosting large files.
So you can't retrieve those either?
Oh, no, I can get those back up for her. Absolutely.
But they were supposed to be edited, and I never received those files. They were never edited for the ones that were posted.
I do want to satisfy my client, but I did get confused throughout the process on a few occasions. It appeared that she wanted every photo, every raw image, everything. There was photos that ended up in the gallery that I would never have given any client. And now it seems that she wants some photos removed and doesn't understand why they'd be there because they're ugly. And I'm having to explain myself for photos I would have never had into a gallery to begin with. The raw photos, I wouldn't expect the client to expect that from us. And it seems that she's even admitted to expecting a nice, cleanly edited gallery without feed shots, without all the extras. The raw photos, contain.
I gotta be honest with you guys,
Your Honor, in the last phone call that I had with Mr. Galchi, he was more concerned with protecting his assets. And I can have my husband vouch for that because he told me at one point that his company is going to be in the red if he has to go back and edit stuff and search for other photos and et cetera. My husband can vouch for that conversation. He was on every phone call with my husband once these photos were delivered.
okay, but what percentage of these photos truly are unacceptable to you?
I'd say 80%. There were two photographers. The other one was Miles. He was a great photographer, and I told Mr. Gauch that. Miles did an amazing job with the men. His photos, they were cued.
Was he the one who took the picture though, that blocked you from
These pictures were all done by Nick. Miles has a separate album. The way that Falcon Film, they set up their photographers. For my file, it was Nicholas and it was Miles. I believe he said how.
Yeah, I can speak for ourselves in our delivery if you ever
Yes.
want me to address it. But yeah, we have two photographers. There's one full gallery and each photographer is kind of split up to make it easier for the client to kind of search through.
And with that being said, one thing that did happen after the ceremony, when I asked for the other photographer to stay outside, take pictures of my wedding party, Nick made the comment, I'm the lead photographer, you didn't pay for 2 photos, I'm the only one. And you can call anyone at my bridal party to verify that because he said that to them. And that was one of my arguments with Mr. Galchi after the fact as to why I was being told when I paid for 2 photographers that Nick was taking the lead and didn't let Miles continue taking pictures. In Miles' album, there's a clear stop once.
Do you want the videos?
I'm sorry?
You want the videos?
As of right now, I want everything to see if I can make some kind of album. He's telling me that there were great pictures in the raw photos and that I would have to.
Okay, I
send
know,
all
but
discouragement.
I want you to listen to what you're telling me. You're asking me to give you a judgment for the full amount of what you paid. And then you're saying, I still want the photos and the videos.
I feel with everything that I've been put through at this point, he did not deliver an acceptable album, and I want access to the videos or the other pictures to see if there's anything that I can salvage from this album. I have no pictures in there that are satisfactory that I can even hang up in my house. His comment was, he delivered an album. You delivered an album. I'm not going to argue that. You delivered an album. But there's so many pictures that are just not acceptable for what.
All I'm telling you is you can't ask me to refund the money and still allow you to have access to the videos and the pictures.
Your Honor, that's precisely my fear. This is not the first time that we've been asked for refunds while the client still is posting the photos and telling people how much they love them.
I've never posted once any photo and told anybody about these. I've actually requested that my family and friends don't leave any negative reviews on his website because that's not what I was after.
But understand what I'm saying to you.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know how to move forward from here. I've never had to deal with something like this before. I came in here not knowing what to even ask for at this point. So
I understand that.
And I know that something like this is more emotional, right? I mean, a wedding, or in this case, renewal of vows, is a big deal. It's not like we're taking pictures of our kids playing baseball in the park. This is a big deal. And I can tell, and I'm not a photographer, and I can't say I'm really into photography to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm a bad picture taker, but I can even tell some of these are bad. I mean, she's right. You got feed shots. You got one where, I mean, even if I'm taking a picture and I got 7 or 8 men and behind a woman you want to capture everybody, not have one person blocked out by the woman's head.
I agree, but there's a variation. So in a lot of our galleries, you're gonna see that shot, like where they're close. Like that's the shot that I even get asked for. And the bridal party's blurry in the background as they're like together laughing and kissing.
The question that I'm putting forth in my brain is, to be honest with you, is how much is she entitled to? She's entitled to something. I just don't know what. and I haven't seen the videos, and you're saying you don't like them, but you want them, right?
I just wanted to see if there's anything I can pull from them to make it up, if.
I know, but but what I'm trying to tell you is nobody's providing me with the videos and saying, here's the problem I have with the videos. I don't have anything like that. So I'm really down to the pictures. Now, you're telling me you don't like the videos, and I believe you. But I need to see what I might think is wrong with the videos. And I can tell you're upset by this, so you clearly, in my view, are not in here embellishing. You truly believe that these are bad photographs. I'm not sure how harmful it is that they're taking pictures of guys' socks. They were going to take unlimited pictures anyway, right? So if you didn't like them, you don't need to order them. You don't need to have them, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
What's that?
I never even downloaded the album. I just took screenshots to submit today. But I don't have any of these saved anywhere. He can check his IT team for that. I never downloaded anything. If locking out here today means I just get my money back and I don't have access to anything, that's fine. Because I honestly don't think at this point there's gonna be anything in the raw photos. Because if there was, he would have brought something to show that, in my opinion, as a photographer.
Just so you know, I mean, maybe I've got a slight amount of ignorance when it comes to photos. But his standards have to be professional photographs. You're saying you don't like them. I'm not saying they're perfect.
There are moments in a courtroom that remind you why small claims court exists, not just for corporations and creditors, but for real people trying to get justice over something that actually mattered to them. This was one of those moments. A woman and her husband celebrated 16 years of marriage with a vow renewal. They saved for it, planned for it, and hired a professional photography and videography company to capture it forever. They paid $5,225. What they got back was a gallery of dark images, heads cut off, feet under the wedding dress, a videographer caught on his cell phone during the ceremony, and videos set to religious music she never asked for, videos that expired from a download link before they were ever properly edited. She came to court with screenshots, printed photos, and a year's worth of unanswered emails. We came to court with partial admissions, contract language, and promises about raw files. And a judge who had never picked up a camera in his life had to look at both sides and decide, how much is a ruined memory worth? The judge awarded a partial refund of $2,000, roughly 38% of what she paid, plus court costs, and ordered all videos delivered within 7 days, or he would revisit the judgment and order more. He closed by saying, and I mean this, he said he was going to go home and wonder if he made the right call. That kind of honesty from the bench is rare. And this case is a reminder that when you hire someone for the most important moments of your life, a contract and a showing up are not the same thing as doing the job right. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns, because justice never gets old.